Hello friends, I'm Larry with Rides Done Right, and this is the Portland Roadster Show.
This car was already built by Strictly Street Rods. He got wiped out in the four-way stop.
You have the most talented guy in there, but if he's not driving it, the rest of the crew is just the back.
Drives the truck, drives the car, flies the plane. Did you get paid 3 times? No.
This show, top 5 in America.
Good day, everyone. This is Greg from Rides Done Right, and we're here at the Portland Roadster Show with Ray Poletti. Yeah, and he's got this awesome 1940 Lincoln Zephyr, and the interesting thing about this is that when you see a Lincoln Zephyr, especially in this kind of style, you know, it's always, you know, fully customized and put down on the ground, and this isn't quite like that, right? This is kind of a little bit raised up a little bit, but it's not stock. So
it's not stock, but the body part is pretty original as far as its stance and the body contour. There's some modifications made, but nothing unless you got up close to it you'd really know. But the look of it is pretty stock.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, these things were work of arts when they came out, and so it's an easy car to fall in love with, and really grabs your attention, and then you when you take and customize them like everybody does and puts them down. I mean, but this is not taken over the top. It's
I'd call it a mild custom. Mild custom.
Okay. So how tell us the story about this car. How'd you get this car?
Well, the car came to me through, I was actually working. I have the identical car that I've been working on for a couple of years, a 40 Lincoln Zephyr, same 3-window coupe. And I was looking around for a 37 because I have also a 39. And while looking, I couldn't find one. This popped up for sale. And this has the modifications that I'm looking for my other 40. And the more I looked at it, it was all finished. It's a driver, ready to go. I decided to pull the trigger and buy this. Okay. So it actually came from North Carolina, dealer back in the East Coast.
A dealer, okay. And then, so you didn't have to build this thing from the ground up and do all that. You took the shortcut. You got the good deal here.
I took the shortcut, but it had the body modifications that I was looking for to do on my other one. So it kind of gave me an envelope of how to make it happen.
That's so unusual to get a customized car exactly the way you want, and you know that you're going to save money because it costs so much more to customize them that way.
Exactly. Yeah, it really does.
Good purchase. So. Yes. But what? So your other cars led you to this?
It led me to this one. It's an identical car.
Okay. So let's talk about the car. It's got a. That's not a stock motor.
No, that's a Chev 350 standard Chevy running gear. So the drivetrain's all new, brand new. And actually the car is new. It only has less than 1 mile on it. Has not been driven except to park it. So that's about it. So,
nice.
So it's virtually a new car.
Okay, are you gonna drive it, or is it gonna be kind of a show car, or what are you gonna do with it?
I think when I'm through showing it, which I'll do this for a while, and then but I do want to drive it. I don't want to just keep it in a trailer. So when I'm through with this, I'll drive it for sure.
Perfect. Yeah. Now you're a tall guy. Is this the interior? Is that kind of fit you?
Fits me just fine. Top's been chopped to 5.5 inches, but they're very tall tops on the 40 versus the 39. So, but it fits me just fine. I have no problems with headroom or fitting. Yeah.
Do you know anything about who did the interior, or it's a beautiful kind of a buttercream kind of color. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I did find the owner who built it. He was an attorney out of New Jersey, and I was able to trace him down, and I got a little information. I got some pictures just from the early part of the build. He gave me a little bit of history. He bought it out of LA as kind of a started old-time street rod kind of a car. And then he took it back to New Jersey and had a shop basically do the work of it. And it was in one shop for about 2 years. And then he took it away from them and took it to like a finish shop, and they did the finish work. I don't know who that is.
Okay.
They did the finish, the paint, and the interior, and all the bling that you see. Yeah.
Yeah, because the skill set in chopping a car is much different than finishing them out. But so it's not unusual to have different shops do different parts.
Right. Yeah. There's kind of the rough build to make it the form that it is, and then to a finish shop to make it look right.
Yeah. So what kind of running gear? I mean, like this chassis and the suspension.
So the chassis is original, and actually most of the suspension's original, even to the steering gear, the steering mechanism. It does have disc brakes in the front, so I'm not sure how that was done, but all the original 1940 parts are there under the car. The rear end is a Ford, that's a Chevy 10-inch rear end. Okay. But the frame, the underside of the car is all original.
So a Chevy rear end, and there's a lot of Chevys that have Ford 9-inch rear ends, and this is
it's a Chevy 10-inch.
It's a Chevy 10-inch.
So it's all Chevy running gear.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah. And then the paint is it's glass smooth, and it's a nice color. It's got some nice pinstriping.
Yes. So the paint was done by, I assume, the finish shop. They did that, and then a little bit of pinstriping, which I think kind of accentuates the trim on it. And then the trim was done. The original trim on it is kind of a hollow trim. So this is a solid stainless, and then it was polished. So which I think gives it a nice look.
Yeah, it does. It's really nice. So I was looking at under the hood too. There's sort of this double hood, There's a hood under the hood, What's going on there?
Okay, so the owner asked the shop that built it, the original shop, to make I call it an inner hood. He calls it a cowl. Anyway, it's fabricated to go over completely over the engine compartment, and it's got a little scoop. So it doesn't really fit the car, but it's something a little different. And then of course that comes up, as you see, and then it exposes the engine. So it's got kind of a there's two looks to it, with the hood up and the second hood up. I call it a second hood.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah. So like that, you can have the hood up and still keep it kind of covered, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's strange. You don't see that very often, but
no,
it's interesting.
It was just the owner's idea and design. So I think it's kind of a cool look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got the little driving lights. I don't know what you call those. The up on the windshield there.
Oh well, just the spotlights and things. Those are just for looks, and
That's what a lot of the customs. A lot of these have those, right? So you're kind of keeping with the look, right?
With the theme, of the era. Yeah.
So do you have you have another anything else you're going to do to the car?
I'm pretty well done with this. We did put in a new exhaust system. I'm probably going to have it coated so it gives it a little better look. There was a custom exhaust that you see made. So all the exhaust, it's all one piece plenum with the 4 exhaust pipes coming out the back. So that was custom made. And I didn't have to do too much. I put some new tires on it, radial tires, and some new wheels on the back to match the front.
Yeah.
But pretty much that's about all I've done.
It's killer. You got a good deal there. Well, thank you very much, Ray. It's such a beautiful car.
Oh, thank you so much.
Good luck at the show here, and enjoy Portland.
Okay, appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone, and we'll catch you next time.
Okay.